Hey guys, we're back with what I like to call, hold on, the letter. Why do I like to call it that? That's what it's called. We started Ashton's Trail last time, I think, right? Oh yeah, I need to start. So I've been thinking about intros. I need to start saying like, hey guys, I'm HorseyEatYou and we're back with the letter. Because it's like name brand recognition, you know? If I start saying my name, you guys will remember it. So hold on, redo. Hold on, exit out. You saw my desktop. It's Mahoyo. Is there anything on there I don't want you guys seeing? Cody has mega folder. I got nothing unusual here. Look at it in post, and if there's something I don't want you to see, I'll just cover it up with a line or something. Okay, oh, I forgot to do the intro. This joke's got not long enough. Ashton. Parties have never really been my thing. Yeah, me neither. Not because like I've been to parties and I didn't like them, just I've never been invited to any, so I figure, you know, must not like them. Well, it's such a hassle. And is there? Okay, we read this probably. Apparent. Oh, because this is we didn't invite him.
Ashton?
And now there's also a Rebecca, apparently.
Becca, what are you doing here?
I was invited.
Really? I had no idea you were friends with the host.
We saw this last episode. That explains things. It makes this difficult all the same. As if getting a contact among the staff to sneak a name into the guest list isn't hard enough. They almost ditched me last night, but I placed another setback on my investigation. If it wasn't for my generous tip. Then here comes Rebecca, another person of mine.
Well, it's my parents, actually. But that's beside the point. What are you doing here? You hate parties.
I still do. I'm just here on behalf of a friend.
Unnecessary lie. I can't bring my own friends into this any further than what they've found themselves in. Look, nobody's gonna believe that. You don't have friends. Because if Luke can't so much as harms a hair on either Zach's or Rebecca's heads, there will be heck to pay, pardon my French. Worrying about Isabella's brief dealings with him is stressing in itself already. I doubt he'll attempt anything in front of other people, though. He'll tarnish his glorious reputation, and he values appearances more than anything. What's our relationship with that? It's good with Isabella, kinda low with Rebecca. That doesn't necessarily mean he isn't capable of it. More than, in fact. On the off chance he does something, I want to be responsible for my actions.
That's rare. Do you have someone with you then?
Yeah, look, my friend's over there.
Nope, just me. I won't be staying long.
Well, if that's the case, maybe you and I can...
For Zach's and Rebecca's sake, however, I really hope this will simply be another housewarming. Even though something tells me it's anything but. Call it a detective's intuition or whatever. Oh, look at his sprite. I don't think we've seen that one before. When Luke gets involved, nothing good has ever come out of it. Can't let my guard down here. Even more so when a familiar car slows to a stop and out comes...
Chief?
We're close to divergence? Convergence? Which one is it? Convergence. That was also like a book series, right? That got turned into a movie or movies. I never watched it or read it. It was like a young adult dystopia thing. And I'm like, I read Hunger Games. I've read them all. Can't exactly say the same for my good old boss, can I? Although to see him here, chatting it up with Luxford's rich and famous, isn't such a big surprise in itself. Don't disrespect men, but the guy is obviously a social climber. What is surprising is the fact that he seems all too eager to mingle with a person of interest's wife. Just what the heck is he doing here?
Ashton, what's...
Sorry, Becca. I need to... There's something I need to check for a bit. I'll talk to you later. Do you have a ride home?
No, I had to take a cab here. My car wouldn't start this afternoon. But what about...
What the heck is going on here?
I told
what
you
the
to get
stuff
the
is
whole
going
picture
on here?
Before, didn't I? You can head back with me after this. Anyway, I gotta go. See ya. Be careful, okay?
Hey, be careful! About what exact...
You know, the whole ghosts thing? I don't want to draw attention to myself either. It's not until he's giving me proper reason to spoil this little party.
Thank you for the invite, Anna. Husband still missing, I see.
Okay, we're good. What's this? Oh, just a branch. Even with Z-Man's personal opinion of the woman. Oh yeah, because he has a romance option for Hannah, doesn't he? Oh! Hey, look at that! That in percentages! Woo! Patch notes. Where's patch notes? We're on 1.1.4. Visual improvement for the relationship feature. Oh, okay. We see a plus or a minus now whenever it changes. New feature that displays your percentage completion for the gallery, branch tree, and achievements. Provided lossless web for the music room. Okay. Made improvements to our saving system. Oh, this reduces the chance of losing your save files. Okay. Grammar and spelling fixes. Forever ongoing. Various bug fixes and polishing in general. Now I have to 100% the game. I can't live with these numbers not being any less than 100. Well, heck, Loot Crate came out clean in previous reports, until I bothered to take a deeper look into it. I think we can skip now.
I'll ask
Yeah.
this again. Just what were you up to during the party?
Right here.
What were you doing that you couldn't even take 2 seconds to make time for your friends?
Couldn't even look her in the eye. It wasn't that I wanted to avoid them. I needed to keep Zach safe, to keep Rebecca safe. Just in case. Who's this just in case guy? I keep mentioning him, but I don't know who he is. Client or family friend? Oh, okay. You know, sometimes it's that annoyingly, I don't know what to call it, where, like, it's like if you hover over a tab, you see the line, like, it says, like, you know, Google Chrome, or it says, you know, like, the name of the folder that's open, or OBS. Yeah. I've heard that if you, well, I've done it and it works, go, like, task manager, close, I think it's explorer.exe, then open it back up. It stops doing that. For a while, at least. But I don't really have time for that right now. I made accused years ago, murdering a person's wife to get what he wanted. But then Chief showed up, Hannah Rat happened, Luke Rat just can't be bothered to die peacefully somewhere. All of a sudden, none of my original reasons mattered. If I was found out, right then and there, heck, if Zach and Rebecca's connection with me was found out, who knows what might have happened. But Rebecca doesn't understand that. Doesn't understand what I can and can't say to keep them from harm. Swallow in her eyes, the tight line of her lips, and her furrowed brows. The hurt. This day's just off to a wonderful start. First, my case, now Becca. And I think insistence confidential, but guide. Community guides. Flowchart. There. Chapter 6. Let's open up a Google document. Because it's too big. No, zoom. I can always... It's just a white line! I've been tricked! It's just a white line! Okay, just relation point guide then. It's good enough. Yeah, insistence confidential.
It's confidential, Rebecca.
Hey, oh, there's a plus there now. Okay. Wonder how many times I've told her that. And not just her, my dad, my mom, Zach, and even Isabella. How many times have I told them what essentially boiled down to mind your own business? Can we skip? Yeah, it looks like it. See ya! Or until I've heard Isabella in a way that any sincere apology will never be enough. What a mess. I assume that's Isabella's not dead.
I guess, if that's the case, there's nothing much I can do about it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You're off being a... what? A hero, I guess? And I shouldn't rag on you for that.
Good. No, I can never get used to how quick she forgives me for whatever stuffy thing I do. Zach and Isabella too. They've all been patient with me, unlike I ain't with them. I don't deserve any of them for the kind of person I've turned out to be.
I'm hardly a hero, Becca. I'm just... Ash.
Expecting a retort, another one laced with bitterness. Instead, she laughs. Half-hearted, barely a hint of cheer in it. It's a laugh nevertheless. I honestly don't know what to make of it, what to do with myself upon hearing it. It's almost like the mere sound of it is meant to pierce. Can I skip now? Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, we did skip a little. But I've already given Isabella my word. It'd bother me more if I didn't follow up on my promise I made to her. After Rebecca's claims last night, there won't be enough sarcasm in the world if what my friends have been telling me is true. I can already hear Isabella's laughter, in fact.
Figures. What else can it be?
Okay, this is a new one. Okay, I assume this is Isabella's dead. This is Isabella's not dead.
It's not another case. It's something else. That issue Isabella mentioned yesterday morning. I'm sure you remember. You were there.
Well, at least you're not neglecting all your friends.
Becca, I promised her I'll...
She doesn't wait for me to finish. With a roll of her eyes, she turns around and shuts the door in my face. I have no idea what I've said this time, but
I probably deserve that.
we'll just have to fix this some other time. By then, our temperature's sure to have cooled off significantly. Timeline. Yeah, we've done that before. Hopefully. How far you know we think? 11, okay. Dot. For now, I can't laze around. Gotta attend to things that matter more. Professor Clark first, deliver the bad news, then that issue with BRC and Isabella. Maybe you'll also drop by Zach's, check on him, hear what he has to say. He has also read that dang letter. Has also been saying odd things about a bunch of photographs. Might as well, while I'm here, playing a paranormal detective. Or was it supernatural? Can't remember. Whatever, wouldn't hurt anyone if I tried to get to the bottom of this. If nothing comes out of this, good. Everyone can shut up about stupid curses and we can finally get it back on track with their lives. And the more important stuff. Is this still a new branch? Oh yeah. Okay. If there is something.
Are you two done?
There's a moment of confusion when I don't see her familiar ponytail about, only to find her standing behind the door to her apartment seconds later. Isabella holds it open, though only slightly, as if to hide from anyone who might happen to pass by. This early on and on a lazy weekend, I doubt anyone would. From the gap and what little light there is behind her, you make out the appearance of someone who has just clearly gotten off in bed. They can't be bothered to make a sprite for her. Hair in complete disarray, eyes still heavy with sleep, a small pound on her lips. Hasn't even gotten out of her pajamas. Look away long before my sense of decorum kicks in. And we might be friends, even dare say we've grown close over the years, but that doesn't extend beyond the boundaries of propriety. I said it right. Christ, even Rebecca never greets early visitors in her sleep clothes. Sleep clothes? Is that what you call them as? Just sleep clothes? Sleep clothes? Well, if only there's a word for that. I don't know, yeah, I guess sleep clothes is the closest thing we have in the English dictionary. Though maybe it's our fault while she's up this early. Still, he makes a slow crawl up my neck, when I quickly downplay with a solid cough.
Isabella, you're up early.
I like how I said that. Lame.
No, I'm not. I'm usually up at this hour. You're the one that usually sucks at getting up early.
Yeah, that's something I've said before, but I'll say it again. I really like the voice acting in this game. There's a few people who, you know, is subpar compared to the rest, but there's like one or two bad lines. Like I only consider like Marianne, who I consider the worst of the main seven, a bad voice. Just subpar compared to the rest, yeah. But we've only done 7% of Luke's. What was it? Like all the voice acting I consider to be like bad is like secondary roles.
Says the person who looks like she's just fallen out of bed.
Instead of the usual quip, she simply averts her gaze to some point beside her. And although it only flashes briefly across her face, an expression of hurt flickers in her eyes. It disappears the second she turns her attention back to me. That moment has sent me a worried twinge in my stomach. I've seen it on her plenty of times before, just never in a manner that unsettles. It feels, I don't know, off this time? I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
Hey, are you...
Anyway, was that Becca with you? You both sound like Mama and Papa when they fight. You're awfully loud. If we get another memo from the landlady, I'm asking the guard to ban you from ever entering this place.
Me? Becca's the one almost shouting.
Why was there a question mark right there? That's just a complete sentence. Like, you don't need a question mark. If we get another memo from the landlady, comma, I'm asking the guy to ban you from ever entering this place. Like, well, you should set it to really make it like a question. There wasn't like a pause there. Like,
Yeah, well, she lives here. You don't. You have no excuse. You're the suspicious-looking person.
I really should have just been writing down all the problems I have with every piece of dialogue in this game, and just sending it to the devs so they can fix it.
Thanks. Glad at least one.
I should start
person
doing
helped
that
free
for
up this place.
English visual novels that I've... Oh, what the original English language visual novels. Is OELVN. That's what they call them, I think.
Don't flatter yourself. This place would be so much better without having to see your face every few days.
I mean, I guess even in like Manga Gamer and Sky Project or whoever would probably do something with that feedback, maybe? Depends. She follows it up with another pound. Or I could just play like If My Heart Had Wings. It said every line that has an issue with it. To, I think Jest did it? Jest USA? From what I've heard, that translation is awful. Really, right now, she just looks more like an angry puppy. Might have laughed, had it not given me another nagging sense that something's definitely wrong with her. What? Did she begin crying earlier? That is worrying. She really does that. The only time it happened, the one time I've seen her genuinely tear up over something, I think it was after Devlin Court, the night at the bridge. I want to ask. She seems determined to keep it to herself, though. Devlin Court, do I know that? Is that something that's happened? I don't remember it.
Belle, did something?
About yesterday, Ash.
Hold
Things we talked about. Do you think...
Okay.
Do you think we can take a look at it today?
We? I never said you're coming with me. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it. You'll be the first to know if I find anything.
No, I want to go with you. I'll be ready in a few. This won't take long.
How does she have a ponytail? Her pony, like...
Isabella, you really don't have to. I can handle it on my own. You'll just...
I won't get in the way, I promise. Besides, maybe I can help. You know, if there are files you want to check.
She's gonna check files. I don't like what she's implying. It's true LPD's having a hard time with this, but taking Isabella with me? It's out of the question. Under normal circumstances.
You're the one who's going to get in trouble if you do that.
But we're the ones playing paranormal, supernatural detective over here. We don't know which one it is, so we'll just use both.
You said it yourself. You need information. And I can help you get that. And it's not like it matters anymore. I just don't want to stand around doing nothing today.
There it is again. A slight shift in her eyes, the mild crease forming between her eyebrows, the mild slump in her shoulders while she crosses her arms tightly around herself. Like she's shielding herself away from whatever painful thing there is out there. I have plenty of reasons why I shouldn't let her tag along. First and foremost, she's a civilian. Second, I have no concrete plan of action yet. I'm going into this blind. No matter how I look at it, it's simply better for her to just wait, so she won't be dragged into it. What might be another one of my failures. Her assumptions might be a dead end, for all we know. But seeing that expression on her, hearing her speak those words out loud, in a desperate, almost pleading tone, I can't bring myself to say no. So I give in, because right there, I see myself in her. The person who doesn't want to stay idle, who doesn't want to think of the problems haunting him.
Alright, 5 minutes.
Heck yeah!
You're timing me?
Well, I can't wait forever. I'm a very busy guy. 4 minutes and 45 seconds, Isabella.
Ooh.
I hate you so much.
You know he's starting the clock on his phone, and if she's not out in 5 minutes, she's just gonna drive away and Shirley.
I'm taking back what I said last week. You haven't changed at all.
4 minutes and 30 seconds, 29, 28. I'd hurry if I were you.
I like how he did that.
Ugh, you're awful. I hope you never get a girlfriend.
She slams the door right after, although my chuckles, the mirth and the lightness in it, linger. With her, this have always come easy somehow, even as its echoes fade and only the ghost of the smile remain.
It's not like I'm looking for anyone else.
I want to tell her. Yeah, we're heading down the Isabella X Ashton route, right? Because I was like, okay, Isabella's better than Ashton. Yo, they did it here! Why can't you do it there? Oh, she has the... that's like the logo of the people who made this. What's their name? like yin yang, yin yang. It's something like yin yang. It's similar. That's all I remember. It's not because I can't. I won't. I'm the one who's chosen not to. Till I fix myself. Wait, was it? Or was that like a producer or something of the game? I'm curious. Store page. Yang Yang Mobile. Yeah, okay. I was right. Look at how many hours the top reviewer has. 101. Like half. Well, oh, I'm only 35 hours in. Oh. How many did I have on Danganronpa? 57. That's a lot. Because no matter how heavy the weight of these feelings are, not yet worthy of them. Of her. Till then, little words and gestures are the only things I can offer. Minor stuff such as digging deeper into this thing with BRC in order to ease your worries. Not even sure if this will give us anything. Like with the firm case, which I already have proper leads on, just going by your word on this. Speaking of the Luxburn firm case, still have to inform the professor. The apprehension's there for sure, but a lot of promises for the man. I would prefer to tell him in person, not over the phone. But it's better for him to hear it from me rather than from a stranger. The railings offer steady support while I wait for him to answer. I'd like to think I can do this without losing my nerve. My grip on the bar surely tightens though, once the call connects.
Ashton.
Not running today, Professor?
It's usually at the park on late Saturday mornings, as long as it isn't raining cats and dogs. Keeps him young and healthy, he says. Certainly fit for a man of his age with his sedentary job.
Oh no, not today.
It's definitely at the usual place though. Cheers and laughter, likely from children and families, filtered through the receiver. They only had enough budget to pay for one restaurant background, so it was at that one. You know the one. Tended to avoid the park precisely because of this. No use. Oh, it's the park. Oh. No use reminding myself of the could-haves when it's already over. Mom's doing well with her career. Dad's also fine the last time I checked. Although neither are married, they're both content with their lives as it is. Probably the only one still caught up with it, hence by aversion. But all in all, it's still a pleasant sight to see, for the kind who takes joy in such sights like Professor Clark does.
Just thought I'd enjoy the nice weather before it takes a turn for the norm again. And to what do I owe the pleasure?
The guy certainly seems happy right now. In any case, I almost don't want to break the news to him. But it's better to get this off quick as long as he doesn't shoot the messenger. He's not the type. A long-held resentment can change a person, even someone as mild-mannered as the professor.
I was hoping to talk to you about the, the case.
Suppose I'm just the downer today. As soon as I say those words, he pauses. The lightness in his voice is gone in an instant. Every time we've talked about this in the past, he does that. Probably trying to gauge the situation based on the tone of my voice. Perhaps it's a good thing I'm delivering this news through the phone. Who knows what he'll see in my face and my mannerisms. Without a keen observation, learned it from this man. Probably already has an idea of what this might be about, from my manner of speaking alone.
You aren't in trouble, are you?
For a second I hesitate, looking at the dirt beneath my shoes. But I manage eventually. After a long, ragged draw breath, pick up where I've left off, while still fumbling with my words.
Well, I'm in a bit of trouble, if you can call it that.
Yo, I should totally edit the video for this to say Professor Spook.
Ashton.
He only assumes that tone when there's a reprimand at its heels.
But I'm not in danger or anything.
You've said that same excuse a million times before, Detective Inspector.
I mean, you don't need to say both. Like,
That exhaustive rasp in your voice tells a different story.
It's nothing like what you're thinking. Don't worry. I was taken off the Luxborn firm case.
I expect anger, frustration, maybe even disappointment. But all he gives me is a small sigh of relief.
Is that so? Well, at least you aren't in danger. Liz wouldn't be too happy if she heard you right now.
I assume that's his wife. His dead wife. Liz. Aunt Liz, she insisted I called her. His late wife. Yeah. Sweet-tempered woman by so many standards. They're never blessed with kids and contented herself with simply managing their bakery. She's also a dragon idol on the side. Is that a fake grand order? Yes, it is. But she's the closest I had to a mom in the few years I'd known her. Professor, too. In the absence of my own parents in my life, the two failed to ache their divorce left in me.
Believe me, you'd get an earful. You don't want to show up at her doorstep looking like you haven't slept a wink either.
How many years has it been since? 9? 10? I still remember it vividly. Two men, primly dressed, briefcases in hand, a stern look on each of their faces. There are already frequent visitors to the bakery for a few months. Something about the lot being a prime property in downtown Luxburn. I think they were hoping to settle a deal with them, but neither the couple gave in to their demands. Why should they? That quaint little shop was a dream for them. Aunt Liz sent me home early that night after a fruitless wait for the professor. The next morning, news of our bakery raced to the ground and spread across the whole city. One casualty. A few weeks later, the property was sold to the Wright Enterprise. A freaking hotel now stands in its place. Of course, an investigation was launched after the incident. The name Luke Wright was briefly at the center of it, but with the lack of any evidence, the case ultimately went cold. The professor hides it well, and I can tell that he hates the man to this day. Might even blame Luke Wright for every tragedy that happens in the city. I mean, you can just blame Luke for pretty much everything that happens in the letter. Like, Isabella finds the letter, that's because, you know, Luke was going to buy the house, so she had to get it ready. Well, no, that's not how it... close enough. She showed it to others, that's because, you know, Luke was there too. Just blame everything on Luke, honestly. It's never blame me, though, when I'm as equally responsible. I knew something's up the moment those men stepped into the shop. Could have saved her that night. Could have prevented anything from happening to her. Called for help or whatever. I didn't. So it continues to eat at me until today. The guilt. The Luxburn firm case would have been our chance at reopening that old case. If it could prove Luke right of his crimes. Instead, we're back to square one. Yet all he has for me are words of comfort. I think he can still be this concerned about me, after my carelessness, after I've broken another promise a second time. People never cease to amaze me.
You might think that you have failed as an officer. Or maybe you think that you have failed me. And you know more than anyone. I would love to see that man taken down. If anyone deserves to be tried in high court, it's him. But I'm glad nothing's happened to you while you were working on this. That's what's most important. I'd hate to get news like that again.
Suddenly he stops. Imagine a thoughtful look flashing in his eyes as he thumps the wedding band on his ring finger before he continues. Another habit. He's never removed it since that day. He's never that one wants to remarry, even though he managed to continue with his life, return to some semblance of normalcy. It's his ways of honoring her, I suppose, what he couldn't bring to justice the man responsible for his loss. Some people are just hard to forget.
It's not like another death. Yours or even his will bring back my wife.
Silence falls between us afterwards. I don't quite know what to say after that, really. Should I apologize? Show some sympathy? Going into this, I should have thought of something other than just breaking the news to him. As it is, seems the only thing we can do is feel sorry for each other's misfortunes.
I apologize too, for putting you up to this.
On another occasion, under different circumstances, I might have accepted that, but
You didn't have to, but you've already done more than any officer who has investigated this. So don't worry about this, old man. I know your department's people all have their hands full recently too. What with the upsetting news we've been getting as of late. Deaths almost every day. I'm not entirely sure if that has anything to do with the other. It seems too big even for someone like him. But if this is that man's doing...
Professor, please.
maybe if things are in, we hadn't started going beyond my control. The letter, the mansion, the supposed curse beyond those. So I'll be quick to blame it all on that guy too. But as much as I want to keep holding him responsible for it, to add another to his list of sins. It might not be the case. Agreeing will only cut a deeper wound on the professor. I don't want him to keep clinging to this resentment for much longer. He's already gone through so many years of it. This kind of anger is the sort that blinds people. Despite his reassurances, the bitterness still seeps into every syllable he utters. It's one thing for me to act like this. Painful to watch someone I've considered a second father to go down this path.
Please don't apologize. It's really alright. I can try to get it back on Monday when I meet with the chief. No promises, but if not, I'll make sure to keep an ear out for any news. Chief said he's passing it on to a senior officer. I should be able to catch a few tidbits every once in a while. But I swear I won't just give up on this. I'll do everything in my power to get Aunt Liz's case reopened for you.
Aunt? Promises again. Bad habit at this point. I wish I could do more for him. All this time, priding myself over being the one to always know. Is Aunt, like, is that a British, what? They're British, right? Wait, England? Where does this take place? The UK! The UK is basically just, like, it's all the same. Name a difference between, like, Britain and England. You can't. Professor Clark's right in some way. Things would be so much easier if we just blamed Luke Wright for all of this. At least finding evidence would be a breeze. I'd be all too happy to put him in a place he belongs. Although if he was, in any way, also complicit to what's happening, legalities have my hands tied. And maybe that's my fault. But I've missed the ticket to closing the case once, and for all last night. Only I'd done a better job during the party. But then, the commotion. There's Hannah and Rebecca distracting me for my purpose too. I'd include that gate crasher as well, though it's only for a moment. So many things have gone wrong last night that...
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Oh, I see it! Right there! There's a ghost!
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys. It's not a joke. Will you guys listen to me first?
It's a pretty nice pillar.
I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in
Why isn't it right
front
next to the wall,
of
though?
me.
Like, generally pillars, like, aren't... Like, there's supporting beams, and, like, walls are, like, supporting walls.
If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might...
I don't know architecture, but I mean, that looks wrong. Last night at the party.
But it's real! What do you think I saw? It happened after, when I was trying to get away.
We've heard this lines like 10 times, we can skip them.
Why
That
don't
woman.
We all calm down first.
Stuff. Oh, the phone timer reset. If that was what Isabella had been warning us about, it was the same thing Rebecca talked about last night. What Zach told me about a few days prior. You're just now realizing this? Took you this long? How many of these instances have I dismissed while reading the letter? How many have I ignored and passed off with some effective fatigue or lack of sleep? Even last night, hallucinogen, I said that right? Lacing the food is the first thing I considered, purely because that's what my training dictates. The mindset I've grown used to. Setting the gears in my mind automatically takes in a situation like that. Because I'm not discounting all that yet until I have enough information. Something to form a conclusion from. Proof in whatever form it may come. Form! But thinking straight is impossible, and all of a sudden, all your beliefs are being upturned. In the most violent way possible at that. Jesus, I need a sounding board. I gotta talk to someone, and... Zach's the best person for that.
I have to go, Professor.
Oh, no problem. But what are you...
What? Rude! That is rude! It's the wedding band, as it called it. I think that's a good place to call it. Oh, we're almost at a save slots. Next time, is this gonna be when he calls Zach and... No, Rebecca's still in their house, so, unless that's later. I forget, but... Looks like he might be calling Zach soon, who's alive! Like, I know there's that brief time in, Asher's Out last time that... We redid everything for... So Zachary's alive. And that brought my morale back, even though I undid it. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Some more of the letter. 23% of this route is done. I'm gonna have to 100% this, aren't I? Weird that we have more of Hannah. Well, I guess Hannah's is more away from everything than Isabella's. If that makes sense. And we probably made some different choices this time. This last time we, kind of... Well, we died for Isabella too. Yeah! That's circumstantial. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.